Everything coming out of a human body stinks, be it our saliva or even body wastage, and we have no control over the same. But let me tell you, the words are the only thing which comes out of a human body, and over that we have a control whether that stinks or spreads fragrance. Well, choose right words when you are speaking to spread fragrance. Hey there, I am Nancy Shah. I am a trainer, public speaker, anchor, voiceover artist and founder of Speaker Circle. We started this initiative to help people improve their public speaking skills. We conduct our interventions online and now gradually offline as well. And you can also be part of it. All you need to do is fill up a Google form. You'll find the link of the form in the description. Through that, we will add you into our visitors WhatsApp group and you'll get regular updates. Well, in today's video, we are going to give you different tips to choose right words in your speeches. This video is divided into two parts. This is part number 1 and let's get started. Use shorter words than the longer ones. Well, this will help you pass on your message easily. It would be simple for understanding as well as it will be to the point. Let me give you a few examples of it. Instead of saying prior to, you can say before. Instead of saying demonstrate, you can say show. Instead of saying commence, you can say start or begin. Instead of saying in timely manner, you can just say on time. Instead of saying for the duration of, you can just say during. It's that easy. And you always have an option to select the shorter words over the longer words. Also note one thing, don't use only shorter words. You need some longer ones as well, but balance between both. The shorter ones, the better. Tip number 2, be precise and not vague. Select the words that are specific without any dual meanings. आपने बोला कुछ, किसी ने समझा कुछ और उसका interpretation कुछ और ही हुआ, that is miscommunication and we don't want that to happen. So your words have to be specific without any dual meanings. For example, if I say there were many people, now many can be 10 or even 100. That is not specific. So be specific with names, dates, facts, figures, numbers, and also time. One more thing, words communicate more than just its dictionary meaning. So if you search a meaning of dog in a dictionary, it would be totally different than what you perceive. At the same time, somebody who has a pet at home, the meaning of dog for him or her would be totally different. And somebody who has got a dog bite, for him or her, the meaning of dog would be totally different. People have emotions attached with different objects, places or things. And whenever you communicate, you need to clarify what sort of meaning you want your audience to interpret. So be specific so that they can understand what you exactly mean. Let's take one more example. When I'm showing you a conversation with Mansi and her mom. Let's get into it. Mom, I'm going out. Oh, where are you going? Oh, somewhere. Who are you going with? With someone. Okay, when will you be home? Sometime after dinner. So what message it communicates? Well, Mansi's mother will have no clarity about anything and it is completely a vague message for her. At the same time, she will not find it respectful. So be specific whenever you are talking. Tip number 3. Use popular words and not the strange ones. You might have so many words in your dictionary and you might know so many words which are not commonly used by people. Of course, you can use and apply it where you are in front of audience who can understand. But then, if you are talking in front of a normal, usual people, do not use those extraordinary words there. Nobody likes a speaker whom they cannot understand. So you have to be simple and understandable. Tip number 4, avoid using jargons and slangs. Now first let's understand what is the difference between both. So jargon is something which is used by a particular group of people formally and it is well accepted in that particular group. And slangs are the commonly used informal words and of course not that acceptable in a formal environment. Now how to avoid them both and what impact does it create? Let's talk about jargons first. Now let's say for example you are from particular industry and you know the jargons of that particular industry. Now when you are speaking in those group only, that is completely fine. But then when you talk in front of a common audience, you need to avoid using those jargons because it would be totally new for them. So for example, let's say you are coming from a business background and you know the terminology there, but right now you are talking about art and theatre. Don't use your business jargons here. Second, use of slangs. So use of slangs is generally considered informal. You may have it in a casual conversation with your friend or family, but when you are speaking officially somewhere or you are giving a speech, try to avoid that. Tip number 5, use positive words rather than using negative words. Positive words create positivity, generates enthusiasm, energy and positive vibes, as well as the negative words do the otherwise. So we need to select the positive words. Let me give you some examples. Instead of saying why not, you can say sounds good. Instead of saying no problem, you can always say definitely. Instead of saying exhausted, you can say I need some rest. Instead of saying I might forget, you can say let me put a reminder for this. Instead of saying constructive criticism, you can just say a feedback. Yes, it's that simple. So use positive words than the negative ones. Tip number 6, choose the words that increase your credibility as a speaker. You need to use the dignified words and not the vulgar ones. I hope you understand there is a thin line between these two and we have to ensure that we present ourselves formally and professionally. Tip number 7 and the last tip of this video is visualize with your words and not just describe it. For example, I can make you imagine what I'm saying through the words that I choose. So let's say for example, I'm talking about the first experience when I went on the stage for the first time and my most memorable trip. Now when I'm explaining that experience or a story or an example or whatever it is, I need to describe it in a manner so that you can create a picture out of it. Let me give you an example. So when I say pizza, you will have exact shape that is round and you will have an exact image in your mind. But when I say integrity, can you form any picture of that? It's difficult. Of course, you might have one, but then it is difficult. So be very specific and describe things in a manner through which people can frame a picture in their mind. Through that, you'll be able to take them along with you on a journey and they'll not be able to identify that they're just listening to a speech. Rather, they'll be able to be there with you in that particular imagination. So when it comes to building vocab or improving words or using variety of words, I think I also have a scope of improvement. So I'm not here to preach you, but just want to suggest you a few things. We are going to create another video with few other tips regarding choosing words. We'll be releasing it in next week. So check it out there. At the same time, at Speaker Circle, we conduct an activity on every Wednesday, which is Wednesday Word. Through that, we all learn one new word a week and improve our vocab. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you find it suitable, you can consider subscribing this YouTube channel where you will find tips regarding public speaking and much more. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.